Well, hello everyone. Happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to a Lego Movie set review, and this one's on Rescue Reinforcements from 2014. So I have the three manuals, of which have the Lego logo, Lego Movie logo, and border as all the sets do, and picture of everything in action on Bricksburg, and set number 70813. The first manual, which advertisement for the video game and how to use a code that's included on the fire truck mech in this set, and then final building steps for that. And that first manual builds the fire truck mech in this smaller manual, which builds just the micromanager. Then the advertisement, or just regular advertisement for the video game, and then last building steps for that, and then last build of which is for the Western helicopter. Then on the back, how to win on the online survey, and then all the pieces that come with the set, which is 3 pages, and then advertisement for 3 other sets that I previously reviewed, and then ad for 3 out of 4 of the 2-in-1 sets, which I also previously reviewed, so browse my channel for that, and then advertisement of, or a promotional ad of finding the piece of resistance, of course. Then the last building steps. So the 3 manuals here, which is to separate the build for that. So if you're one, so obviously, so like the recent Avatar sets and UCS Star Wars sets that had multiple manuals for different parts of the build, this set is probably what started that. So little thing to note. Yeah. And so now on to the minifigs. First up, we would have Blaze Firefighter, which the hat piece, just about the same as all firefighters in the in Lego City and also Classic Town and so on. And however, the torso print, leg print, definitely usable for most firemen in Lego City as well. Well, everything about him usable there as well. Then where it gets kind of interesting is have Blacktron fan and Fabufan, and the girl Fabufan. So as you see, for Blacktron fan, which Brickset calls it, which has a like plaid shirt like LJ from the TTV channel, and which has a Blacktron shirt on it, and uh, and this girl Fabufan, which does have a Fabuland logo and a little chimp or monkey kind of figurehead on it. So at least great to see some nostalgia tribute to that from both the 80s and 90s for that. But also, and assuming that their twins have like hair pieces in both, or different hair pieces in black and also similar face prints. Whereas one of which that does have some lipstick and eyelashes, as all female minifigs do, and also do have rainbow tracks braces on both of their teeth, which probably makes them twins. But yeah, and of course, both all figures in this set are exclusive, except for one, which you'll see. And then have Hank Haystack, which kind of similar to that one that came in Creative Ambush for that, but or actually, which can actually work out as sort of a Western farmer or modern day farmer for that. But however, the torso printing quite good with the detached overalls, and also kind of continuing to the leg printing, and as you can, and obviously 3 of which not only leg printing, but except for the other 2, of course. And also does have the classic hat piece in brown, good to see there, and However, the face printings on all of them quite useful for some custom figs, of course. And then lastly of which is a Robo-SWAT men, which same as the ones that come in most of the sets, and also same face print also in most of the sets. So obviously good to have for army building and so on. Or at least all spread out like the ACU troops in the Jurassic World 1 line. And then on the back sides of each of them, that both Blacktron fan and Fabufan, of which only two that have shocked double-sided faces that also show the braces in their mouths on their teeth. It was quite neat for that. Nice to see there. And of course, Black Horse print on all of them. And also Robo-SWAT, which same vest piece also used in some of the sets that say Super Secret Police on them. And as for Blaze Firefighter, which that his back torso printing also used on some kinds, also the classic fire department symbol for that, like in some earlier town sets, of course. But yeah. So that's about it with all the minifigs here. And now onto the one Micromanager, which, as you see, another walking one like in a couple other sets, which but also kind of similar to the one that came in Metalbeard's dual set, but luckily with a few mods to that, or to it to that. That fourth legs, which was quite similar to most of the sets, of the ones that come in the other sets, like with the brackets and curved slopes on the sides of which, and also a jagged slope, inverted jagged slope on there, and also toe bits, also like the others, and also this curved hook piece on there, and then the leg parts of which quite similar to a couple others, and also to the ATRTs in Star Wars, but with different bits added to them. And unlike with the Star Wars ATRTs, of which that the legs can actually swivel in and outwards, and also same with the one that came in the Metalbeard's dual set, so do get a little extra posability to it. Then as for the main head part, which is quite similar to most of the other Micromanager sets, or just same design and all, but a little larger than like the face part, which does have 4 flat studs as eyes and one kind of extended out a bit, and also a 2x4 plate there and a couple of things here. And then also you have a couple arms that are kind of the same design as some of the others, which with the same swiveling and click joints in them, but also have a third extra one, which that holds an alien conquest blaster with a trans-red cone on it. So at least have a little bit of uniqueness to it. And then as for the sides of which, just a tile and a couple of grill pieces of 2 types, and just a plain 6x6 plate on the back, and then nothing much else. But then as for these, which is why I have these kind of vent pieces, is for you to grab onto it and flip it open, and like in the trash chopper set, does have one that you can flip open, and then there's the footfire missiles around in there, and also a clip in there to hold an extra one of it. So nice use of storage, and also good feature for it. Well, good one for the time, or nowadays could use stud shooters and such. And that's about it there. And now onto the Western, what we'll call helicopter. Well, obviously it's just a helicopter, but made out of stuff from the Wild West section of Bricksburg, or of the Lego Movie world for that. So almost just like the biplane that was in the what's it called, Creative Ambush set, and of course the Getaway Glider as well. So like as for this front section, which is made of some like a couple of railings like, around it like that, and then a couple of T-bar pieces, and they're on a couple of like those little hinge parts that were first used in Jima, or less Jima then. And then also a couple studs behind where you can fit a hang haystack into, obviously, or just stand them up and do so like that. But on the sides of which are traditional wedge plates that have flip fire missiles underneath them, and then with the glow pieces in trans orange, nice to get there and flick off like so, and easy to reload as well. The bottom part of it is just a few jagged slopes leading underneath inverted jagged slopes, and a couple of bricks on there in kind of a cross fashion, so it does stand really well for that. And then as for this back tail part, which is kind of just a few wedge plates, it's with a couple of dishes around them and a airplane fin part to be the back fin rudder part of a helicopter, and then can like twirl these around and give the impression of that. And also have a Technic gear kind right underneath it, just to be probably to represent the actual mechanism to it, and which is most likely powered by the running of this pig on it. So like a mini pig treadmill to power it. So kind of unique to see there. And of course, running after this carrot piece on there. And then also, and of course, a few bricks and cylinders all stacked on here, kind of basic for that. And then as for the top roof part, which kind of long plate, and also these like door kind of pieces that which are just stickers on them. One which is just a paint splatter, or could be bird poop on it or whatever. And then also one that says "Passin," of course. But as for this one on the other side of which, same thing, and says "No Tress." So if you like put both signs together, it would say "No trespassing," of course. So obviously these pieces can be well useful in some Western mocks if you wanted. And then on front of which have a simple chicken piece of which that's been used for quite some time, and also with a cone holding a telescope piece, maybe to act as like as a co-pilot on top or something, but whatever. And then onto this top blade part, or propeller blade, which is kind of these odd ladder pieces that are on 4 wedge plates held within with an astromech droid headpiece in the center, and ending off with a clip kind of plates, and then a couple of side wedge plates as well on both sides. And for the sake of it being a helicopter, can spin around like so. And luckily, spins really well for that. But oftentimes kind of jiggle or jibbles in the process of spinning. If let's see that again. See, kind of wobbles a bit when doing so. So, not sure if it's me, but or unless if yours kind of did the same. And comment below if yours motor also or propeller also jitters a bit, or maybe it's just a building error that I did or something. But so now on to one of the main features is if you have as these little are these couple little bar door pieces that, or at least window shutter pieces that you can open up, and then mini assembly with a few carrots on it, which if you get your finger in there and then kind of push them outwards, and then they drop right out of it, so hollow space underneath to that. and then on one side of which is kind of a classic window shutter pieces, but clear ones, and then also a couple mini chains holding this little basket kind of piece onto it. But this set also comes with a couple apple pieces that you can put into there as well. And then as for this one feature is can like raise it up and then probably drop them out as well. Oh, whoops. Although still not sure if it's meant to do so or the bombing feature is the main proper feature of this build. So now that's about it with these helicopter build, and now onto the fire truck mech. Well, obviously, kind of a large mech, just rebuilt out from a fire truck, or that, well, fire truck of Bricksburg, of course. And kind of a unique mech that we barely see so much of that. Now, as for the legs, which for the feet, hang on. So, like, as for the feet here, which are just a couple cylinder or column cylinder pieces with a couple of jagged slopes and wedge plates around and inverted slopes, and these extra large cylinder pieces in yellow, most likely to represent like water pumps onto them, and also like wedges, or I mean, what do you call it? Nozzles for that, or just winches for that. And then also, as you can see, these legs which have the kind of ball socket joint kind of pieces, so you get a bit of good posability out of there. And then as for the leg parts which don't have any knee movement, could have worked on that a bit, but however, it does have a couple of wheel parts and a car wheel rim piece around it, probably to make it a little more finished and completed. And then also does have a little couple hinge plates on both sides, one of which holding this little sign part to it. And then on the back side, which it has a spot where you can put these tube pieces into there and into the lower body for that. Probably, which is most likely to be used as water flow in it, and a bit of asymmetricality, where one side has a shovel and one has a broom for that. And then onto the knee parts, or the hip part, which does have the ratcheted clip joint, like we saw, like there was on the Nexo Knights figures and the Exoforce mechs, which give a full good range of movement there, and also good stabilization to it. And then as for the this crotch part of which says Fire 70813, which is actually the set number of this whole set, and same with TS, same thing. That kind of odd how that is. And also kind of the same homage to Exoforce, where they have the set numbers in the stickers on the sets, of course. And as for this upper part of which has a couple of curved slopes and then telescopes with studs on them to be headlights, and however design of which quite good and similar to most fire truck builds for that. But and also to note that if you have or get this set, you can there is a red 1x4 plate to add, or tile to add onto this, but however there is a code onto it which you can use with the Lego Movie video game, so not going to show this to that. So if you had that, then you would know about that. So you're gonna have to find your own code for that. But however, a couple grill pieces on front, like most Lego vehicles tend to have. And then the windshield piece, common one that we've seen on a lot of vehicles, that we've seen on a lot, or on, yeah, a lot of vehicles, city vehicles. And then now on top of which have this car roof hood piece that does have the fire symbol or onto it, kind of similar to the one that came in the to or same color scheme and such as the 90s town sets do. And then other side of which is fire and the set number to it. Also, still see that going on. And you can pop this off, and then it does have a lot of extra room in there, and also a blue seat and steering wheel part where you can fit Blaze Firefighter into and close it over him like so, and it does fit in quite well for that. And then on the back side of which has both a megaphone and walkie-talkie on both sides, and a large ladder piece right onto there, and which is all held on this bracket on there. And then also have this little entry door or door piece in white where you can open it up, and then have a lot extra space to access that interior part, and then have those exhaust pipes like we see on most semi trucks as well. And of course, one side which does have the classic Lego string piece with a hose ending on it to represent a fire hose, obviously, and then easy to curl back up, and luckily doesn't get in much of the way of anything. But then on the other side, which is another opening compartment, which just fell off on me, but luckily opens up like so. Then as for the arms of which the top part is quite symmetrical, or the only symmetrical part to that, except for the weapon pieces on there. So this which hammer, the other one has fire hatchet axe, of course. So it does have a few plates and a couple, and also a large inverted slope underneath it, and a large curved slope with caution lines onto it, and a couple adjusting wheel to that, and same two pieces, of course, which also saw in the melting room set. And then have a clear blue tile piece of that to most likely as an extra siren to it, and also held on by a ratcheted ball joint to that, so do get good posability out of there. Then on the backside, which has a little wheel part on there as well, and then ending off with a ball socket joint kind of part, and then to the little hand assembly, which has the classic spaceman what's it called, or air tank back part pieces, but in this case used as firefighter air tank back pieces. Then the backside, which holding another walkie-talkie kind of randomly, and an extra firefighter helmet on there. Guess it was just left over from other recruits or whatever. And then also does have posable fingers, which are most likely made of various fire hydrants or something, which if you look at it like that, of course, which you can definitely use as fire hydrants in your Lego City builds. And that's about it there. But other armor, which different kind of hand assembly to it, where it's just about 5 of these piston pieces acting as hose tops of which, and then ending off with cones, and then ending off with blue flames, but used to represent water for that. And then does have a column piece and an astromech droid head piece, which to be a handle part of it, which you can turn and swivel it around like so, represent a lot of water spraying to it. And then fun fact about this is that at the time of release of it, that YouTuber Jengrix, which kind of rebuilt this into an actual fire truck to that, which I'm sure some of you can also do so for that. Since, of course, a lot of pieces are the same that you'd expect for most fire truck sets. And I guess that is about it there. Oh, hang on. So for my overall verdict, I think this is a quite cool set for how it is. Like, do you get like two mech switch, one of which being the micromanager, and also the fire truck mech as well, and also another Wild West-esque build, which like we saw in a couple of the other sets of which. So this Switch kind of like an extra, although it being like an extra large version of Creative Ambush, but luckily all of which little built bigger for that. And also nice to have a unique, different kind of mech to it, which even though with having some similar vibes to ones that we had in Ninjago and previously Exoforce, of course. But also nice to have one that's representing a bit of a fire truck, of course. And also, as for all the exclusive minifigs like both Blacktron fan and Fabi fan, nice to have some referencing to other classic Lego themes. Even along, like obviously Benny representing classic space and such, but yeah. And also good to have a micromanager that has a bit of variety than some of the other ones, like instead of 2 long arms, 3 arms, and let's see, what else is there? Not much. Although, would have been nice if, like, an extra Skeletron could have been included for that, also for army building. But as is, still can kind of forgive it. But yeah. And then also, and what else is there to say? Not much. And then as for the $70 to $80 that it was back in 2014, still quite good for how it is. Like 3 large builds and kind of a large battle sequence going on. Still quite good for the price point, obviously. But yeah, and then but also still quite good regardless of the inflation and so on. But yeah. And so now, if any of you still have this set from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of it. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get this set, I'd say definitely pick it up. eBay, Bricklink, Bricari, Bricks and Minifigs, whatever. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.